What's good? It's your boy JG Tennis back with another video today. So today I'm gonna be talking about a great start of the year for tennis. As y'all know, I had a good 2019 year, and I would like to talk about it. So this year during Ramsey's tennis team, I played for Ramsey High School, which is known for being a championship school. And we had two players that went to state and one who won state. The person who went to state first was a lady back in the 1960s. And then, in 2019, there's a boy who made it all the way to state and won the championship, which was me, of course. And you're wondering, James, aren't you in 10th grade now? Well, back then they were able to let 7th, 8th graders and 6th graders play. 6th graders, 7th graders, and 8th grade play because, they didn't have enough boys. They only really had girls, so I was the youngest on my team and won. Then, fast forward to 2022, I have another great record. I was 11-3. 11-3. And that was one of the best times I've ever had. And of course, you know how big my 2019 summer was. And that's what I'm happy about. But let me get straight to it. So, after the school season, I lost in the semifinals of our section because it was a great section. It was against two of the best. Then it was the summertime. And I won my first tournament of the summer, my third of the year. So during my first tournament, I had won in Tuscaloosa. And that tournament was showing my mental toughness. The thing was, in my first match, I was up 2-0, then I was down 2-3, then it was 3-all, and then I won the 7-point tiebreaker and then won the second set 4-0. Then, next thing you know, my next match, I was down 0-2, then won 4 straight games, 4-2. Then I was up 2-0, then it was 2-all, then I was up 3-2. And then, I should have won that match early, but didn't. So it was 3-all, lost the 7-point tiebreaker, and then I won the 10-point tiebreaker, 10-3. So then it was the final. And during the final, I was struggling, missing easy shots, lost the first set, was losing in the second set, came back, and won in a gruesome 10-point tiebreaker where I was just struggling. And I'm happy to win that match and get this, after the match, I was cramping. I'm so happy I didn't cramp during the match, but it was like the worst cramp I ever had. Then, what was I about to say? Then, I made it to we made it to the semifinals at Junior Team Tennis State. It wasn't played in Auburn this year. It was played in Pelham, because Pelham had won theirs on some occasions. But I went to a camp in Auburn, came back, like a educational camp, came back and won a tournament at George Ward. And it was unbelievable because I was playing great tennis. Then, I lost in the first round at Pelham, but Then I just was having a great tennis summer. Went to a camp at the USTA National Campus. I played on a team and we won. Won all my matches. Then I went down to Maryland. Did not lose a single match without dropping a set. I didn't lose a match in Maryland. And that really proved to me something about me. And you should, if y'all would have seen how I did in Maryland. Why is my so sharp? Then you would know how good I was. Like, of course, anybody could probably beat me in Maryland, but the people I played could not beat me. They could, but I was just too good for that because of how good the training was. Like, I would train in the mornings, I would work out every day, like at the hotel, and mornings and night times, even after I had my match, and I was just in shape. Like, I was in my best form since 2019. Well, no, not since 2019. Well, 2019 I was like a god. I was like, even though I lost some 10 matches in 2019, I had like 40 something wins in 2019. I'm 44-12 right now. But I was like unstoppable at the beginning. Like from January to like, I would say August, I was unstoppable. Even though, I was unstoppable. But this was my best form. Then, I came back a week later. I played again at George Ward, but this time I lost in the final. But even after that summer, I was 20. I won 20 out of 25 matches. And I ended the summer 39-9. I was 39-9 overall after the summer. Really 40 out of 9. And it was just unbelievable to be able to win and play at a great form. To be in this great form I was in, it really meant a lot to me. Like, am I about to cry? No, I'm not about to cry. Get this. I won 4 tournaments. Well, I won 5 now. No, I know I won 6 now. Won my first tournament of the season. Won another one after school tennis. No. Like during the spring break. Then a third one during the summer. Another one. And then I lost in the final at the end of the summer. That showed how I was mentally good. I was just playing like, you should not see how I was playing. Like, I was playing good during the summer because I was getting so good, some great training. And literally, it's just, honestly, like, I always, like, people ask me which season was better, 2019 or 2022, and I would say 2022 because you don't want to have your prime, like, younger. Well, of course, everybody's prime is usually when they're younger. Like, in the pro, well, even though it's not like pro tennis for me. But, like, in the pros, Nadal and Djokovic are, like, old. Not really old. I don't consider them old. Love them. They're greats. Nadal's prime years was like 2010, 13, and 8. When he was like, he would like win Masters. Like, he would win like a lot of tournaments. Like he was like unbeatable, and he could like do things that nobody on the tennis court could do. And y'all already know about Federer, what he was able to do. Like he was able to win tournaments. He was just winning everything. Well, he couldn't win. Well, he won Roland Garros one time, but he was just winning everything. He was unbeatable in slams on some occasions, except for at Roland Garros or sometimes Australia and sometimes U.S. Open. But after his prime, he could win some Grand Slams, but he wasn't winning like he used to be. Like he was just, Nadal was an unstoppable person. Then, Djokovic was an unstoppable person who could not even lose. And, last year in 2021, he didn't lose a Grand Slam match until the end of the U.S. Open, and he could have made history by not just that. Like it was just a big opportunity because there's a lot of stuff on the line, not just being the first player to win all 4 Grand Slams since Rod Laver, who did it back then, but also he would have passed Roger Federer and Nadal at the end of the year too. And Djokovic should already have 22 by now. The reason why I'm saying this because, they didn't have Wimbledon back in 2020. If they had Wimbledon and he played, he would have possibly won. And he would have been tied with Nadal, and then he's able to play in Australia. But anyway, this year was better than my 2019 year. In 2019 year, my serve was like horrible. Now, if you're wondering, like, James, if you were so good in 2019, why was your serve horrible? Like, how did you win when you had a horrible serve? Well, because of course, returning counts too. And even if I had a bad serve, and I was still so good to be able to, like, if I hit like a soft serve and then my opponent hits like a hard shot, they'll either hit it out or I was able to get to it. And back then I used to be able to like predict my wins. I used to go into a match saying, I'm gonna win this match. Even if I lost the first set, I knew I was gonna win a match. Then, this year sometimes I go nervous into matches, but I still play them and end up winning them. So I was just kind of like winner this year, but I'm better because my serve is like way better. And just like I said, remember I said in Maryland I was just having everything right, like because of the training I got in the working out I was doing. Like my serve was on point, my drop shot was on point, all of my shots were on point. I was playing like a D1 player, which I am a D1 player. In 2 years, I will be. Because I got offers already. And it was just so good. After the summer. Because I was finally doing something. I was finally winning like I should be. I was finally proving myself that I can do this. That I can play a lot of tennis. And this is the most amount of tennis I've played during the summer. Me and my friends. Then, I got to play in the Southern Boys Junior Regionals at Belmont. Lost all 3 of my matches. But then, I won a tournament at Inslee. So, I was just playing tennis at another level this year. I hope to do that next week in the 4A State Championships. I hope I can win. And I'm ready. So I wanted to thank y'all for literally listening. And I will see y'all again soon.